Over the past 2 years, I've been having a lot of fun writing code that finds quirky, naturally generated Minecraft features. With the help of other members of Minecraft at Home, I've also cracked a couple of world seeds using information from screenshots or videos. Apart from all the Minecraft related coding, I've been enjoying Curryway's no reset speedrun streams, where he attempts to beat the game as fast as possible, 100,000 times, on random worlds. One February night, I came up with a ridiculous idea. What if I could crack the seed of a Minecraft world visible in a speedrun, using live footage of the gameplay? You might be wondering how the heck I thought this would work, so let's jump straight into it. A no-reset speedrun by Curryway usually lasts around 20 to 25 minutes. When the run ends, he copies the world seed into a progress tracking spreadsheet. At that moment, the seed becomes publicly known. That means I have to gather all the necessary data from the livestream and crack the seed before the run ends. In total, there's around 2 to the 48th, or 281 trillion, Minecraft world seeds that can be generated randomly. To find the correct one, I would need an efficient strategy. In general, to crack a world seed efficiently, one needs to find a feature visible in the available screenshots or footage that's distinctive and easy for computers to generate. Nowadays, the most commonly used features are trees, as they can be found nearly everywhere in the overworld and are surprisingly distinctive. Unfortunately, tree cracking takes a lot of time. For this project, I'd need something different. Meet the ant pillars, one of the most powerful sources of information about a Minecraft seed. A known arrangement of ant pillars by itself already reduces the amount of candidate seeds from 2 to the 48th to 2 to the 32nd, or by a factor of 65,000. Conveniently, a Minecraft player has to enter the ant dimension to beat the game, so information about ant pillars shouldn't be too hard to come by. The tricky part is that speedrunners' ant fights can be pretty quick. In case of a successful zero cycle, I could have as little as 1 minute to gather enough pillar data and crack the seed. That didn't discourage me though. To narrow down the candidate seeds from 2 to the 32nd to a couple, I'd still need another source of information. I decided to go with Bastion remnant data. Looting a Bastion is not necessarily required to beat the game, but it's by far the most common strategy in RSG speedruns. More importantly, a single Bastion easily contains enough information to almost always uniquely determine which candidate is the correct world seed. Once I was done with the initial planning, I coded the Bastion filter. After testing it with some manually collected data, I was satisfied with the result. Soon after that, I realized that ant pillars weren't the only option I had. Take a look at this screenshot of a buried treasure chest. Believe it or not, there's already enough information here to find the world seed without any additional data. Buried treasures are uncommon in no reset runs, but the idea seemed really cool, so I decided to put it into practice. I went ahead and coded the buried treasure cracker. At first it was pretty slow, taking 20 minutes to run. So I optimized it some more, and finally got it to run in about 8 minutes. With that done, I spent several days creating a graphical user interface. I wanted to make it flexible and simple, so that I wouldn't need to worry about the backend while using it. As you can see, interface design is not my strong suit, but I was happy with the result. At this point, to keep my sanity, I decided to take a long break and clear my mind. And I'm glad that I did. After the soft reset, I came back with a fresh attitude and effortlessly coded the most crucial remaining components. A couple of days later, I was ready to conduct the first tests. Yeah, that's not good. Right, let's try this again. Okay, 4th time's the charm. Oh, this is... Yes! I was very relieved after the successful attempt. However, in the following days, I realized that my code responsible for seed cracking sucked. I modified and optimized the buried treasure cracker, which made it over 2 times faster, even while recording. Next up, I decided to add a results tab with a simple seed visualizer that displays biomes around spawn for easy identification. I took some inspiration from Cubitect's Cubiomes library to make it feel right. I also created a shared progress bar for all crackers, which took way too much time, but I mean, just look at it. Then, I created a script that for a given world seed finds the in-game coordinates of a faraway chest with very rare loot. The coordinates themselves don't actually reveal any information about the world that could be useful to the runner, which makes them perfectly suitable for sharing mid-run. Finally, after nearly 8 months of on and off work, I was satisfied with what I'd made. Before I could test my shiny new tool on an unsuspecting speedrunner, I still needed to actually learn how to use it efficiently in practice, and fine-tune all the details. It's a bit like learning a new chess opening. Sure, you could put hours into studying the French defense, but you still need to play hundreds of games to understand the deep ideas and truly master it. And so began my training arc. Finally, I felt ready to crack the seed of a live-streamed, no-reset RSG speedrun. Here's how it went.
Yo, what's up, Chris? Got a surprise prep for this stream? Holy smokes. I'm excited.
The run started off pretty normally with a structureless overworld. I immediately noticed that there was no ocean in sight, so I wouldn't have the chance to utilize a buried treasure. I patiently waited for the nether segment of the run.
It's another fish. It's another fish in its natural habitat, swimming along.
At the treasure bastion, I was on the lookout for 2 things: the loot of one of the chests, and any coordinates within the bastion. Chest loot? Check. Coordinates? Check. At that point, I carefully input all the bastion data I've collected into the tool. A couple minutes later, I got the coordinates of a stronghold's source chunk. This is it. My heart is pounding. It all comes down to what happens in the end.
This, 2, 3. This, that. 2 more. Shout out T94. Shout out T94. That was very cool. Now, could I maybe do this without an 8-minute enter and having to trade an entire treasure bastion? Please do this after the run for the surprise I promised. How do you know, though? This is just a random seed. The random seed. What is this gonna do? How did you... What? I'm so lost. How did you know? How did you... How did you... What? They reverse engineered the seed somehow. That's so insane. The thing that I was like kept talking about is like there's so many things that you miss. Like I'm playing all these seeds to the completion of Minecraft, but there's so much in all of these seeds and every single one of these thousands of worlds and eventually 100,000 worlds that like you could never even imagine happening, and these exist anywhere, and it's just so crazy.
It's time to get serious and talk about the potential impact of this kind of software on the Minecraft random seed speedrun community. Most top speedrun.com leaderboard runs feature a buried treasure. If an unfair runner had access to my tool, they could crack the world seed just a few minutes into the run and use it to cheat. Even worse, an ill-will viewer of a speedrun stream could make a promising looking run very hard to verify by simply disclosing crucial information about the world or the world seed itself in chat. It's clear that access to the software might harm random seed speedrunning. That's why I won't be releasing the source code or compiled versions of the tool anytime soon. The issue is that, with enough effort, someone could recreate my application. To combat this, I created a simple fabric mod that renders my tool completely useless. The mod works by heavily scrambling the input for all pseudo-random number generators that are responsible for generating in-game chest loot. It doesn't affect any other aspect of world generation, so apart from chest loot, there's full parity between worlds generated using the unmodified and modified version of the game. I've also created a much stronger version of the mod that also makes the generation of end pillars, structures, features, and even caves unusable for seed cracking. This comes at the cost of massively reduced world generation parity. I have to admit, I don't know whether it's justified to make runners use such mods for leaderboard runs. I'll leave that decision to Minecraft speedrun moderators and the community as a whole. I would recommend that future random seed-based speedrun tournaments with monetary or other valuable prizes use the stronger version of my mod or similar precautions to ensure fair play. The mod source code and compiled versions are in a public GitHub repository, which I've linked in the video description. I would like to thank Andrew, Antoine, Cubitect, Dylan DC14, Captain Wotax, Matt, Matthew Bolin, Neil, Nell S, T-Wags, and others who gave me the opportunity, resources, and inspiration to learn seed finding and seed cracking. It's been a wonderful journey. I would also like to thank Curryway for the hours of amazing content and the inspiration to undertake this project. Finally, I would like to thank you, the viewers, for watching the video. Have a good one.